Hello, Merge students. How y'all doing today? Well, we are going to create our own little dot race real quick. Okay, we're going to first start off by getting rid of this cat. Okay, we're going to go into create a new sprite. We're going to create 3 sprites. And since they're going to be circles, we're going to go like this, make a circle. I'll make a black one. Then I'm going to write in little yellow dots. Give me some eyes here. There goes an eye there, mouth, nose. Okay, there goes my first sprite. They don't have to look great. They just have to be little racing sprites. Make another one. This one's going to be purple because we don't want them all the same. Have a little purple sprite. Okay, let's get some eyes. We're going to make this green eyes. Green eyes. Nose. Little mouth right there. Okay, this is my second sprite. And we're going to get a third one. And we're going to make this one brown. And draw a little circle here. And we're going to go with the pink eyes this time. 2 pink eyes. A little bigger. 2 pink eyes. Little mouth. Little nose, I mean. Come on, nose. Little nose. And the mouth. Alrighty. Now we got our 3 sprites. We're going to try to get them all approximately the same size. So I'm going to make this one a little bigger, this one a little smaller. About the same size, a little bit more. And I'm going to make this one, the brown one, a little bigger. Okay, now they're all about the same size. I'm going to bring them all and put them in quadrant 1. Got them all in quadrant 1. Okay, now we're going to work on our track. Go to backgrounds, edit, and my track, I just need a square, and I'm going to make it blue. This is the infill of my track. This is what they're going to be racing around. Okay, my starting line, since it really doesn't do anything, I can actually put it in here. So I'm going to put my green starting line, and I'm going to put it right here. And my race will start behind that. Okay. And move my sprites again. Move this one up a little, this one up a little, and this one up a little. Now my finish line, it has to be sensing, because we're going to use that to kind of control when they stop. So we're going to go make another sprite, and it is to be nothing but a, hold up, a black line, because get this here, a black line, there we go, and this is going to be my finish line. Take this, put it right here, and we're going to go to sprite, double click on that, finish, F-I-N-I-S-H, finish line. Okay, now we got 4 sprites. We got race 1, sprite 2, sprite 3, and we have a finish line. Okay, this is all a starting point. We're going to start with just the black one. Start with the black one first. We're going to go to control, and we're going to get a green flag to start. And we want him to always come to this starting position right here. And his location is right here. So if we go to motion and grab a go to, it should be the same as this right here. Okay, go to, and before every race, he's going to go to that spot. So if I click this here, he's at that spot right now. Okay. Next thing I need, we're going to have a little pause before the race starts. So we're going to go grab a wait 1 second, and we're going to change that to 2. And that's before he starts. Now the next spot I want him to go to, since he has the inside track, I'm going to make him go right here to the outside track. And those are his coordinates right there. So this time I'm going to grab a glide because I don't want him to go to there. I want him to glide to that point. And if you notice, these are the same, so I'm good right there. The next spot I want him to go to is right here. He's going to have the inside track again. So then if I go back to control and back to motion and grab another glide, you see it's the same right there. Negative 214, negative 85. So grab this and put right there. The next spot I want him to go to is right here on the outside again. Try to keep my race fair. You see it has the last thing, so if you switch to one of the other palettes and switch back, it changes. 219, negative 80. So grab this, slap in there, and I want them all to finish on the finish line. And this is the thing. They all have to finish with the same X value. So the the same Y value. So the Y value at the finish line for all three of my sprites needs to be 50. And get this to change so I don't have to do it, I go there, back to motion, and it's 50. Oh, I don't use go to, I want to use a glide. Now, when you're running the race, I want it to be random. So I'm going to grab me an operator, grab me a 1 to 10, change that from 1 to 3, and then I'm going to duplicate this 4 times. 1, 2, and 3 times. And then I'm going to put them in, instead of 1 second, it's going to be 1 to 3 seconds random for each one of them. Okay, let's see what we got so far with the black one. Wait 2 seconds, he takes off, he goes there, 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 and he finishes there. Okay, I got all this information, so I'm going to take this information right here and I'm going to drag it to the other 2 sprites. 1, 2. But for the other 2 sprites, I need to change some of the stuff. Okay, for this one, my starting line is going to be 150, 160. So I need to change this to 150, 160. Okay, my next point, approximately, I'm going to keep him in the middle. It's going to be right here, and it's, oh man, I got the brown one. I want to use the purple one. 151, okay, this one's 150, 160. And I take him, and since he's on the outside, I'm going to put him on the inside right here. And that's a negative 143. Switch to make this a little smaller. And see, negative 143, negative 143, and 160. 160. Okay, he's on the outside, so I'm going to keep him here, and I'm going to bring him right there. And those coordinates are negative 140, negative 90. So, negative 140, negative come back over here. Negative 90. Let's see, negative 90. Okay, and my next coordinate's going to be right here. and that will be 162, negative 78. 162, negative 78. And the finish line needs to be the same as this one. So I bring them up here. So I just need to change the X value. So that's 152. So change this to 152. And remember at the beginning, I said I want the Y value to be the same. So I'm going to leave the Y value at 50. Okay, let's go to our brown sprite. He is at 151, 118. So let's change this one to 151, 118. And take him to the next spot. I'm going to keep him in the middle. And he would be at negative 175. Let's make it 120. Keep it even. Negative 175, 120. It's 119, but it's just one off, so I'm just keeping 120. And keeping him in the center, bring him right here, and that's negative 173. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, let's go back to the brown one again. He started right here. That was 151, 118. He came to this spot right here. That was negative 175, 120. He came down to this spot right. Okay, I put him in the wrong spot. Okay, negative 175, 120 should have been up here. 120. And then this spot down here is the third one, and it was negative 177, or leave it at negative 175. And this should be negative 123. Negative 123. And since he's standing in the center, take him and bring him across here. So it's a 185, 185, and negative 121. And the finish line, we want it to stay 50, but we want him in his own little spot. And so that's going to be 189. 189 and leave it 50. Now let's test them all, see how it works. Go to the starting line, they take off. And all ended at 50. Now we want to get the first, second, and third working. We're going to go to controls. Go to variable first, and we're going to make a variable called count. C-O-U-N-T. Okay? And we're going to set that variable to 0. And we want this variable to be set to 0 whenever the green flag is clicked. And this is going to be, since it's a global variable, we just need to put it on one of them. So I'm going to put it on, this case, I'm going to put it on my brown one. I'm just going to set it to the side because it's just going to stay there. Now, each time each one of those touches the black line or the sprite right here, we want the count to change. So we're going to go to sensing and grab a touching right here. If touching finish line, and you go back to control and grab a if statement, just a regular if statement, not if else. If touching the finish line, we want to go back to operator, and we want the count to change by 1. So every time sprite touches the finish line, the count is going to